Press start.
Drew on the key so this shit not.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Welcome back.
Another episode of Tone and Cash Gaming Pad kicking off as we speak.
Coming to you.
Blasting in your eardrums.
Right? I'm trying to do ad-libs. You feel me?
Mm.
You hear me in the background being a nice little, hype man?
I hear you, but you see, you ain't know, you better than Flavor Flav though. Even though he was a legendary hype man, you better than him because all that drama he done went through, with the TV specials and with New York and everything. Anyways, that's old.
Old.
That's neither here or there. I don't want to be nowhere near it.
That man got a lot of issues. Anyway.
A lot of them. But you know what? We got a lot of issues going on in this gaming world today. So,
You want to hop into it?
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Wait. Before we go into games, first of all, how's your week been, Tom? Has your week been good?
It's been so. Gaming wise, it's okay. Personally, things could be a little bit better, but I'm not gonna complain because there's plenty of people out there that's going through worse than what I got going on. So
Thanks.
I ain't got no reason to complain about it. I can just try to fix the situation.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? How was your week, sir?
Yeah, it's been good. You know what I mean? A lot of, talking to a lot of different people, interacting with different folks, Facebook groups and stuff. So, I've been trying to stay active and also, try to be more active as a, family member. So I've been doing a lot of family things this week. So
it's always good to catch up with the family and spend time with the family, though. So you can't even get mad at that.
Right. Now let's hop into it.
So, some news recently came out about how, Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Live, it's bundled up into one package altogether.
Right.
You pay your $15.99, you get access to the Xbox Game Pass, and you get to download and, keep the games that they put on the Xbox Live Gold, those 2 free games that they put on there every month. So, they actually decided that they were going to raise the prices of all this stuff.
What? Raise more price?
Yeah, it was actually back on the 22nd of January that, that they came out saying that they were going to, upgrade, up their prices.
Right.
So it would have been, usually it's, $10.99 a month. And $5 for the 3-month membership for the Xbox, Game Pass and stuff.
Yeah.
But they were saying that they were going to double it. They were going to double the price of everything. So if you paid for a year at $60, you were going to have to pay $120.
Jeez.
Now mind you, the Xbox and Microsoft community went into an uproar.
I just hearing it now makes me upset.
I'm pretty sure every social media was just getting notifications to left and right, comments from people, retweets with quotes and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
Anything and everything.
Times is hard, man.
Less than 24 hours later, they backtracked on all that stuff.
Oh yeah, they had no choice.
They backtracked on all that stuff real quick. They said, we realized we made a mistake.
We made an error.
No shit, Sherlock. Y'all made a huge error. A huge error.
Dude, the pandemic right now, nobody's got that kind of money to be, you know what I mean, playing around with, man. Unless you just hit the mega ball, you know, the Powerball.
And you know, someone here in Michigan actually won the lottery for $1 billion.
Ooh. Oh, he
Now,
could pay for that.
I wish I could have got that. I wish I could have got that ticket. You know, I don't play the lottery
I don't play
like
it
that,
either,
but you
but
know,
it sounds nice. You know what I
every
mean?
now and then when they climb over that, you know, that certain amount, you know, I go ahead and put, you know, I get my one little ticket just to, you know, you never know, but you know, like the, you know, daily three, daily four,
Right.
Keno, all that stuff. I can't do all that stuff. Can't do it. But you know what? I'll tell you what else I can't deal with right now.
What is that?
So apparently, Cyberpunk is failing. You can probably say,
Yeah.
and you know, I had a lot of high hopes for this game, and the fact that I haven't even gotten a chance to, you know, even play it yet, and it's already, you know, starting to slowly descend, you know, down this way, down the drain, the toilet of shame when it comes to video games.
Right.
And especially for this to be a game to lead off next gen, it's a little hurtful. You know, y'all been hyping this game up for the longest of
I mean, they
times.
hyped it up though. Like,
And
was it because of the game or was it because of John Wick though, or Keanu Reeves? Excuse me.
it got to be because of John Wick, because you know, coming off of John Wick 3, you
Yeah,
know, you
like
got Boban Marjanovic, you know, in the movie. So you got a lot of NBA fans that wasn't
right.
Keanu Reeves fans just going to see the movie just because of that.
Yeah.
You know, it was just
And so it
I
was a
don't know,
power move
man.
for John Wick, but it was still like the gameplay was kind of iffy. Like I said, you know, a lot of people had a lot of bugs. PS4, we already know what happened to that story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just all the stuff that was happening, you know what I mean? And like a lot of people really did have high hopes for this game. A lot of people do still like the game generally, but everybody else is, you know, in the middle or not really, you know, want it because of those reasons.
Man, I don't understand it. I really don't.
Mm. I played a little bit of Cyberpunk, and you know, I haven't fell in love with it yet. So,
Mm-hmm. Now, how far have you gotten into the story mode? Actually,
really not that far.
is it that like is it just like slow starting, or is it just like that
It's slow
uninteresting?
started. It's slow starting. Once you get to the, you know, maybe to the middle, it gets more of a build up. And you know, I think when you meet John Wick, maybe it'll turn up. You know, I'm not the best one with Cyberpunk. You know, so maybe asking me is not the, you know, I'm not trying to be biased here.
Well, speaking of being biased, uh, you know, I know you're a big fan of Dead by Daylight,
Yeah, you know,
and
I get scared occasionally.
yeah, I know you like a good jump scare every now and then. You know, you like to hoop and holler every now and then. But you know, they got a new mode coming out, but I'm not sure how you would I'm not even sure how you would even play in this game mode.
Oh yeah, what game was that?
So basically it's a new feature and it's called Colorblind Mode.
Ooh. Actually, that sounds
It,
pretty cool. Actually, I mean,
yeah, I mean,
not even for the person that you know is not colorblind, but the people that are. Like, I love how the developers, you know, gave that some kind of sanctuary. You know what I mean? Like, give them something that they, you know, what I mean, instead of them have to force to do that. Oh, here's colorblind. There you go. You know what I mean? Like, they really care. So that's a plus.
yeah, that's true. But you know, they usually already have settings for that.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not sure if playing a game on a colorblind setting when your eyes are so used to seeing that color all the time, like, you know, that might, you know, that
Yeah.
would honestly that would mess with my eyes a little bit.
I would hope that people that are colorblind would do this. You know, I really hope that people that, you know, that can't see the color that they want, you know, in that game, they use that to, you know,
Very true. But think
I
about it
really
like
hope.
this. Think about it like this. let's say you decide to play this colorblind mode, right? But let's say you want to play as the killer, to give yourself a little advantage and everything. But the colorblind mode that you're playing on is the inability to perceive red light. I mean, you can't see red light like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Scratch marks, all red light. Like, how you go follow somebody and track somebody down when they running from you if you can't see the scratch marks?
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
I mean, it gives the player a challenge.
Yeah,
but at
it
the
does.
same time, it's like, why give yourself the headache?
Pretty much. Like,
I mean, I guess quarantine is just getting to everybody. They just trying anything and everything to just
I really just hope
to keep
colorblind
interest
people.
And stuff. But
I just really hope colorblind people really just play that, bro, with somebody else, because you're gonna just.
If you're not colorblind and you playing this game, more power to you.
More power.
But at the same
you can
time,
do that.
I don't understand why you want to do this. I don't understand why the developers thought that this would be a good idea. Like I said, maybe it's just a challenge. If you guys want to do a challenge like that, put it to where, it's like a realism mode. There's no HUD. You don't know who you chasing. You don't know who you
one hit kills for realistic.
I mean, one hit kill. I mean, let's really, let's realism mode. It could be where it could be at for Dead by Daylight, especially for people that want that challenge of really trying to be stealthy or being witty to outsmart who's ever playing as the killer.
I agree. I like it. I like those odds. Take those odds on.
And
I'm not the best Dead by Daylight, by the way. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm not. Jay, hey, our man's Jay.
Michael Myers. That's all I got to say.
Look. That is the field out there, right? That cornfield. Catch me out there. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to play with your heart. You know what I mean? Get you a little zigzag and then cut left. You know what I mean? I just gave you the blueprint. There you go. Cut zigzags and go around them in the field. You can't keep up. Unless his sensitivity's on 20,000.
Stupid high sensitivity. All you got to do is just tap the thumbstick and he doing the whole 720.
Yeah, but it's either a hit or miss with the colorblind on Dead by Daylight. You have to imagine developers, if it is to be challenging, but if it is for the people that are colorblind and do love your game, I think that's really cool. But for the challenging part of that, if that's what you was going for, I feel like that's gonna be a hit or miss. You know what I mean? There's gonna be people that like it and there's gonna be people that don't. It's just gonna be just that down the middle.
They are going to be dropping a new patch soon. There's going to be a HUD update. To where everything's. They didn't say if they were making patches on killers or anything. All I know so far, yeah. From what I've watched and seen, yeah, he could definitely be patched. He
shouldn't little
be
baby, man. No,
he shouldn't be jumping like that. Like that man got Michael Jordan legs jumping from the free throw line. That's not fair.
He's an infant, and the fact that we get to kick this infant though. When I first seen it, I was like, it's well deserving because that little thing is like latch onto you and just hold you until the other body comes and swipe you down. So it's definitely a handicap match when you're out there by yourself.
Yeah, that man Victor, and I don't know his sister's name, but yeah, that's a hell of an idea for a killer that they came up with. I'll tell you that much.
It's a unique combo. I like it. But
just at least annoying. They can't control both of them at the same time.
That's
they can't put Victor on autopilot and stay on her.
All I'm saying is it's still a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Him jumping like that and just holding on to you. And then she just lolly her way to you. Like, come on.
Man, I'm telling you.
Because you have to stop. There's no you got to hold the RB button while you're running. Or if you're playing, PS, it's the R1 trigger. I mean the R1 bumper.
Yeah.
Get off me.
Well, you don't have to worry about, all that for right now. It's not on the live servers just yet.
Just yet.
But, I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming eventually. Just, keep your eyes open, your ears open for all the information that might be coming out soon. If it doesn't drop yet, we'll probably, have some more information on that next week.
Stay tuned.
So speaking of killers and killer moves, Mortal Kombat. A player was disqualified from a tourney for criticizing the developers. Now, let me tell you how.
Okay.
Let me tell you how you did it. So, first of all, the guy that I'm talking about is Titanium Tigers. Back on January 16th by TT.
Not tease.
So basically, he was playing with a character called Shiva. You know who Shiva is. She's basically the female version of Goro.
Rihanna's animal version.
Yeah. So basically, he had a special custom variation that he made up, and you can rename them and all that stuff like that to what you want. He named his variation, said, "Why did NRS do this?" Meaning, why did NetherRealm Studios do this?
He got banned.
And he got banned. Why? Yep. Because basically, honestly, they didn't even give him a reason. But, he was just saying, abide to the rules and everybody's got to be disrespectful. Right. And, yeah, the developers might know that they might have gave somebody a OP move or, a string that can't be blocked or something like that. But,
right.
You don't have to just blatantly put it out there. Because when you do stuff like that, now that means that, they're going to have to go back into the game and fix all that stuff. And that's going to change the dynamic of everything. And, that with people with them not being able to have in-person tourneys like that, the online tourneys would kind of make it it will make it kind of hard for them to keep getting that that viewership in,
right?
So I can understand why that they would kick him, but at the same time y'all could have easily had him just change the name or something.
Yeah, I mean the fact is that he squeezed all that into that one variation name is you definitely would try hard. You definitely was sweating for that one. So I mean, you get what you deserve in that defense. Because I mean, come on, man, you're in a tournament. They're watching. You know what I'm saying? And they're looking at everything, and they want to make sure because people gonna try to force different kind of weird variation names. You know what I mean? Like, and it's all got to be family friendly.
Right, it gotta be,
So you doing that, definitely takes away from not even just from the family friendly part, but like that's just throwing shade to them and just disrespecting the developers. And you were in a tournament, you were in their tournament, like that's what are you doing?
Right, you're not playing.
So were you trolling the entire time? Is this what you wanted? Like I just don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I believe he made it to the later rounds of the tourney, but he didn't use that variation or he didn't play with that character until then, and then that's when they noticed it. So I'm but still, all that time he been sitting there playing, and y'all could have just told him to change it, or you could have just X'd him off the character completely.
Yeah,
if that was the case. But y'all didn't have to, disqualify him from the tournament.
Put some respect on our name. Excessive. Put some respect on our name. What you say? Put some respect on it.
Oh,
and my man Bernie Sanders.
Shout out to Bernie. Bernie all around the world.
All around the world, going global.
Bernie in the mittens, boy.
Not even in the White House. Not even in the White House. It's just booming.
I'm telling you, something
is Metro booming.
Speaking of booming,
Mhm.
That new Apex character Fuse,
Mm-hmm.
he might be a copycat design.
Ooh. From where do you know?
Actually, the game is called Bulletville.
Bulletville. Now that game is not out yet, right? But it is going to be getting pushed out, right?
Yeah, actually, it's supposed to be. I believe that the game Bulletville was actually designed and made a while ago. It just hasn't been pushed out yet.
Okay.
You know, from the sources that I've been looking up, I couldn't really find a lot of info on it, and I'm pretty sure they probably pulled a lot of the stuff because of this controversy that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look it up, you know, the character's name in Bulletville is called Hunter,
Right.
and the cosmetic designs of the character are
Mm-hmm.
eerily similar into it.
Yeah, they really do have a lot of good similarities. I've seen an
know.
article about it.
Fuse lost his arm and has a robotic arm now. Hunter's same as well. Fuse wears an eye patch. Hunter has an eye patch.
Yeah.
You know, they both got that same kind of, you know, swoop hair to the side style.
Yep.
You know, little goatee,
Perfectly.
mustache.
Really
You know,
good similarities. Yeah.
it's damn near a copycat. You just change this, change that, and boom.
Now the real question is, would they be pushing him out on February the 2nd, which is supposed to be him coming out?
I'm pretty sure
To
they're
kick
still
off
going to push him out because they didn't already
the next
did,
season,
you know,
or
the
the 8th season.
trailers. They didn't already did a trailer for him. They didn't already, highlighted his specials. You know, his alt ability basically with those little mortar shells dropping on the battlefield at random. You know, they're definitely going to go ahead.
It was a nice trailer. If y'all have not, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's a nice trailer. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to go check the trailer out. Like the trailer is pretty dope. And even how he even explained it and brought it back to like reality, where it was, and that's how it happened. Like this is how the whole situation happened. It was like, wow, that's really cool that he actually went in depth and was telling his team that story. Like
Apex,
really
I've
cool.
said it before, Apex has some good storytellers on
Yeah.
their team. They need to come out with a short film. They really need to. Y'all got enough people now in this roster of players that y'all got to, do some type of little mini battle royale or something,
And that's how
do it.
The people that they got the idea from was an indie studio called Noah, which is NOWAA.
Mm-hmm.
And and he's supposed to be, like you said, a hunter, and he's one-eyed space bandit who stars in that Bulletville. And they even went on to saying that they said, we are happy that the Apex Legends liked Hunter style to the point of wanting to recreate it in Apex Legends. We were just hoping for an eventual crossover. That's what they was actually was hoping to look forward to be honest. But nevertheless, we are afraid that, as a small indie game producers, who hasn't had to even have the game launch yet, that they feel as though they're going to feel like they're getting called a ripoff of Apex, which is certainly not true.
And
I mean, what do you feel about that? Do you agree, or you feel like you kind of like?
I'm split between it, but at the same time, I'm kind of siding with Bulletville on this because they came up with the character design and everything at first, but then you also have to think that you got these data miners out here that know how to dig through these softwares and find secrets and find little characters that might be dug down deep inside, hidden somewhere that might not be revealed just yet, but it's on the back burner.
Right.
Now I know Apex and had probably over 100 character designs and everything like that. So there's no telling that maybe somebody from Bulletville that was working on Bulletville ended up putting in an application with Respawn to work on Apex and took their design for Hunter with them and just renamed them. Now it could be that.
Tone, that's
It
a
could
bold
be that.
statement.
It's a
Is that what
very
you
bold
thinking?
statement,
Is
but
that
that's
what
what
you?
I'm thinking. Like that's the only logical thing I can come up with.
I don't know. They said they worked on a few together. I mean, they worked on the Apex. The Respawn really do like mess with the indies, like that one indie one that they were talking about dealing with bullet bills. So I mean, I don't know. They had talks before, so I don't know.
Yeah. And maybe they, probably threw the idea out there, and the
Yeah.
people with Apex was just jotting stuff down, and you never know. Ideas might have got tossed up and mixed up and everything, but at the end of the day, whoever came up with the idea first needs to get the credit. That's all I'm gonna say. Even if someone else can take that design and make it better, like for example, telephones. They used to be what back in the day? You had to stand there. It was literally you talked into one hole and you put the other one up to your ear and you waited. And you used to say, operator, connect me to so and so. And they had a switchboard and everything, trying to connect your call to somebody. Nah, all you gotta do is just hit the button on your phone that's a touch screen, and you can look at the person talking to you right there on your phone.
Right.
So, yeah, Steve Jobs might have came up with the iPhone, but it wouldn't be an iPhone if it wasn't for who invented the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. So you got to give people credit where credit is due.
Facts.
But if they make an improvement on it, you got to give those people that made that improvement their credit. But at the same time, they know where it came from, where the base of it came from.
And if you ain't learned anything from this, then I don't know what you're doing in life. If you didn't know who made the telephone, Tone hit you up with some facts right here. All right, you heard it first.
I got another fact for you. And, we still on Apex right now.
Right.
But it's finally happened. The ban hammer has dropped. 2 of the highest profile players on Apex have been banned. No, these are like actual players, not characters.
Look, fingers crossed,
players.
man. Leave me alone. Fingers crossed. All right, get him out of here.
Yeah,
no, don't get him out of here.
Ban hammer times 2. Not just one player, but 2 people. Now these people are considered to be, top of the top, cream of the crop.
Mm-hmm.
So to find out that these folks have been cheating and using hacks and everything like that, oh yeah, they about to start checking everybody. It don't matter who. People have been wanting these anti-cheat laws and these anti-cheat programs to come into effect for a long time at Apex. And it's finally here. So
people like Tony can stop. You're like, oh man, that man hacking.
And don't they be?
Yes, so they be hacking.
It's sometimes when I be like, okay, yeah, you can tell by somebody's gameplay or how somebody playing if they're a hacker or not, or if they use cheats. So if you plucking me with a sniper rifle from over 600-700 meters away, and you hit me every single shot, like it's not like I can jump and you miss or slide and you miss a shot, but you hitting every single shot, then yeah, we got a problem. Ain't nobody aim that good on Apex unless you got aimbot helping you. Because sometimes they got bullet drop on there, so when you shoot, the farther your bullet goes, the more it's gonna start to descend.
Right.
Ain't no way a bullet's supposed to keep a straight line for that long of a distance. Ain't no way. I know a little bit of physics, not that much, but I know enough about these games. So
a little bit of physics, like the way you said. Yeah, no. Hey, look, I respect it. Look, when you be calling it, when we playing, all right, first of all, for anybody say anything, yes, me and Tony do play Apex. Now, when we're not, it's not because we're salty, so get that out of your minds. All I'm saying is, look, we play Apex We do. We get salty, but we don't get salty. And it's just like, oh, they're hacking. All right, we know. We know.
We know when
That
we
they're
get
hacking. We know
beat
the truth.
fairly and when we getting hacked against. We definitely know. We definitely know.
Know the truth.
Speaking of the truth,
Ain't that the truth?
ain't that the truth? Let me stop. People don't know about that like that. Now, if y'all
You got
do,
the juice.
if y'all shut up. I can't say the whole line because you know we a family friendly show, but if y'all know a movie we talking about,
yourself.
then you know, y'all some real ones. That's all I got to say. If y'all know what movie we talking about, off of just them two lines right there.
Ain't that the truth?
Anyway, speaking of the truth, Resident Evil 8, also known as Village. Once again, the people at Capcom with Resident Evil got you in first person, going around trying to find the truth about something. And of course, in the midst of that, it's jump scare after jump scare after ew, that's creepy. Oh, that make my stomach hurt. That looks gross.
Ew, that's creepy.
Jump scare again. You know, they coming back with all that again. But this time, it's taking place inside of a castle. Right. And from what I've seen from the trailers, it looked like it might be, you know, it like the story might be a little bit more in depth and more behind it than it was in Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, they try not to.
Time, I kind of want to go back to the third person kind of game style, not just the first person all the time.
Well, you know, this is extending right off of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. If you want to be technical, and you know, if you're a fan of the 7, if you're not, there's so many mixed reviews. People didn't like it. People did like it. People didn't like Ethan or whatever the case may be. But you know, Resident Evil Village, you know, first of all, if you don't know, it's an upcoming survival horror video game developed by and published by Capcom. It will be the 10th major installment into Resident Evil series, and the sequel is to Resident Evil 7, like I said before. But if you haven't, also either the demo comes out, it was been out for the PS5, so you know it's always going to the next gen thing, you know. Which,
you know, that's gonna promote people to go buy it.
Yeah, of course. You know, and you know, with that stimulus of 600, you know what I mean?
I ain't get my stimulus though. I gotta wait till tax time.
Even further more updates. I mean, the platform is going to PS5, Xbox Series X, Series S, Microsoft Windows. And this is the 25th anniversary. Expect a lot. I mean, even the multiplayer reverse is bizarre, and it does like a huge battle royale. So
that does look interesting.
I mean, you get to play as, you know, all the characters, I think, and yeah, all the characters in each one that they made so far. So
I mean, see all you Chris Redfield heads.
You get to see Mr. X.
Oh, Mr. X.
X gonna give it to you what?
Not that one. Not that one.
You sure? Man, I could have sworn.
I'm sure. You know, after that whole crime fiasco, you know, people just don't treat him the same no more.
Do I know actually the Kellen, which is you know, Capcom, tells the story about Ethan. World slowly comes crashing down once again when Chris Redfield's an unexpected yet familiar face makes an appearance, setting off a chain of events that sets a distraught Ethan seeking answers to Chris' shocking actions and unfortunately finding himself into a mysterious village. Events will take place in Europe. So if you didn't know that, boom.
Now, see, I didn't know that it was going to be in Europe. That's different.
Yep, in Europe. Apparently, his child is kidnapped in this one. So you're on an epic adventure with Ethan, and I don't know. They didn't talk about Mia, and you know, I'm not saying I'm not bummed out because you know we had a lot of y'all seen me stream before. and y'all received free Resident Evil, there was a lot of like bumps and bruises with me. I'm just like so much mixed emotions. Like, you know, if you ain't never played Resident Evil 7, you need to go play that because I don't want to throw out no spoilers. But
Now,
the beginning,
let's talk about. Say what?
I was just saying it. But in the beginning of Resident Evil 7, you know, you do have to kill your wife.
Oh, that's a little tough. That's harsh.
It's a lot. I'm sorry.
Well,
that took left. I'm so sorry.
that went way left. But we're gonna stay on track though. So
Right,
this new evil boss, the new Jack, but she's like this 8-foot tall, pale
Amazon
woman that's, you know, in 18th, century dress.
Right. Mm-hmm. Really,
You know,
it really makes it creepy. Yes. Mm-hmm.
It does. You know, that Sunday morning hat don't make it no better either. You know, like and then, she's sitting there and then out of nowhere, she stretch her hand out and, them big gigantic, metal claws come out and he's just like, good God. Like,
I don't even think she's the final boss. That's the real crazy part. I mean,
yeah,
there's so many different mini bosses in that game.
Yeah, and remember in Resident Evil 7, when you thought that you finally killed Jack and he was just the stump of the legs walking still trying to come towards you and get you.
Mm.
Then he eventually, formed into that, big gigantic black blob, and you never know what Resident Evil gonna come with.
Man, that was a battle for the ages. If y'all have not played it, I'm telling you, that game was definitely distraught. She has, I think it's her sisters. I think, if I'm not correct, or her daughters. It's one of the two. I'm botching this right now so bad, but they literally are vampires, and there's 3 of them. And you definitely, like I said, you need to go check out the premiere, which came out I think a couple of days ago. So you need to actually go check that out if you have not. But yeah, that game is definitely different from any one of the Resident Evils, obviously. But the strategy behind it, even you don't even have to, shoot him in the head now. You can just disarm them. Like, it's different ways now of actually being creative of killing these monsters that you're about to be taken against.
Remember how creative you had to get in Dead Space using the plasma cutter?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like,
So
that was
it's a lot of stuff differently now in this Resident Evil. And I like I said, it was mixed views on that Resident Evil 7. So, personally, I like the trailer and I can't wait to, actually play the game and stream it so y'all can see it as well and go through the adventure with me. But boy, that is I don't know. I mean, I like it. So hopefully a lot of people do like it too. I mean, I know a lot of people gonna play it, so regardless.
Nah, I got another little tidbit of news for you that I'm pretty sure you will probably be excited about. I just found this out today myself, and when I saw it, I kind of, squealed a little bit on the inside because back then it was a game that had a lot of high hopes, but it didn't quite deliver how it was supposed to. And I'm talking about Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars. Now remember, that was supposed to be the first Star Wars game that you were going to be able to play where you could actually use a lightsaber and be a Jedi, and that's what everybody wanted. But when it finally came to that point, it was only for a few minutes or a chapter or two, and then that was it.
Right.
So then they're working on a new RPG revival, and it's going to be. This is being done outside of EA, so EA has no hands on this. So this could be something, totally brand new. It could be, a different part of the storyline that, a lot of fans probably, requested or, pondered, wish why it didn't happen this way, why it didn't do this, why didn't this happen. This could be, them making up for that mistake that they made. But having this new technology and these new systems, they could really make something, phenomenal.
Definitely, most definitely.
So, I'm really hoping that it is going in the direction that I'm hoping that it is.
I just want to use the Force, man. And to get that iconic saying, I am your father. If they ever I'm just gonna be like, yes, they said the word. They said. They said. Be just some kid in the old nostalgia.
Right. But yeah, man, can you believe though that first Knights of the Old Republic was released back in 2003?
How old were you in 2003?
Man, 2003, I was just about to start high school.
We want to talk about that.
I'm old. Yes, I'm an old head. No gray hairs just yet. At least not a lot of them that I can't see. But it was some time ago.
I was 8.
You was 8. So let me see. I see my birthday was in the summer. So, when I graduated 8th grade, I was still 12. And then when I got to high school, I was 13. So, it was kind of weird. But,
definitely kind of weird.
Everybody else, yeah, I'm 13. I'm 13. I'm sitting there like, my birthday into the summer when everybody gone home for school and stuff.
Right, though.
I ain't had a birthday parties in the classroom.
Oh, happy birthday. Right, though. I didn't get that when I was just, happy birthday. It's nothing, Everybody get that, at least happy birthday or outside.
I ain't get
inside.
to walk around with the pen and money on my chest all day long. Oh, it's your birthday here. Have $1.
I'm about to say, right? Somebody used to give you $1 or something, you know what I mean? So you go get a snack afterwards,
May get more than the snack. You used to call your mama or your daddy, be like, "Hey, can you bring me something to eat? I got the money for it."
Got
You
some
be sitting there,
McDonald's.
everybody else got that nasty ass lunchroom lunch, and you sitting there with some McDonald's, and you looking all happy until you get your face bashed in. Because you sitting there taunting folks with your Mickey D that can't nobody else have. You got to be careful doing that. Back in the day, if you came to McDonald's, you wasn't getting no fries because everybody was gonna come ask for something.
Exactly. Can I have some? Can I have some? Hey, them fries they smell good over there. That's the first indicator. I can smell them fries. And I just want to know if I can get one. Can I get one, please?
And you be like, man, just here, man, here. And then like after the third or fourth person come, you just be like, you know what? You still want some? No, I'm good, bro. I'm good. That would be so effective during these times. Now, somebody be like, hey, can I have a French fry? And just cough your fries real quick. They'd be like, you know what? You don't have to do all that. You could have just said no, but you know what? You good. You good. Eat your fries, my guy.
What if it was a mistake? Like you had to sneeze at the same time he was asked, and that happened. Like,
and that's just unfortunate. But I'm sorry. I'm a big fella. I ain't trying to share no type of fries, nothing like that. If you hungry, if you that hungry to where you want some of my stuff, I'll give you $1 or something, $2 to go get you a small fry real quick. But you ain't about to,
you gotta take on mine.
Unless you one of my kids, you ain't about to come eat off my plate with me.
That's all I got family, man. I appreciate that. That's what's up.
Oh yeah.
Also, did you know Xbox games with gold coming in February? The free games will be revealed. Technically, I do have a little bit of them. Like Gears 5 will be available February 1 through 28th. Resident Evil, the first one, will be available the same time, February the 1st to the 28th. And Dundar Trails of Fear Edition, that also be available February 16th through March the 15th. Those are the free ones. So if you do have Xbox Live Gold, you know what I mean, that is active, by the way. It has to be active. Or you have the Game Pass Ultimate, you can get those games for free hitting into those times, which is February 1st through the 28th. Or, if you want to get that Trails of Fear Dondadri, you have to get it February 16th through to March 15th.
So you got a month to get 2 games. You need something to play? Go try those out. They there for that reason.
You know what I mean? Go check them out.
All right. So, next thing for the discussion. These console updates. Next gen. Now, I know Xbox released some not too long ago, and all the carriers, the usual suspects, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, Don't forget to try out these, these smaller stores that you might not think that have them, but they do. Everybody trying to get a little piece of that, new console money, no matter how much it is.
That new console money.
Remember, I told y'all before, Kohl's had them. Kohl's is just known for clothing items and accessories and stuff.
Yeah,
but
sometimes you do have those
PlayStation 5 on the shelf.
They do,
somewhere,
sitting in there like, hey, we got one. We got several.
So don't forget to keep checking them updates. If you make alarms on your phone to be on at a certain time to put it in your shopping cart, make sure you're not already sitting on the page with it in your shopping cart. Wait until that time to add it to the cart then, because if it's in your cart beforehand and that site gets refreshed at that time when they're supposed to, drop, they will take it out of your cart. So please
say, give me that. Stop playing.
So a bot will come take it out your cart, just like how if you were shopping and you had that last box of cereal and all of a sudden it's gone because someone walked past your shopping cart and took it out. Same thing. Wait until you're ready to get it. Don't get it ahead of time. Wait until that time. If they say 9 a.m.,
right,
have your mouse, your cursor over the add to cart button at 8:59. So as soon as 9 a.m.
not
hit,
8:59.
8:59:45. Give you 15 seconds to be prepared to stare at the screen when it turns 9 o'clock. That's all you got to do. That easy, folks. Well, not that easy, but it's easier than, handing your money over to somebody who you don't even know and you don't even get your stuff. Can't stress that enough. You got to stop, falling for these traps, folks. Got to.
We must do better.
Have to do better. Have to do better as a people. And speaking of doing better as a people, we got some, we finally about to get to a topic that I know a lot of people have probably been waiting for us to really touch on. And, we've kind of been delaying the inevitable, but, we'll go ahead and talk to y'all today about that round ball, that 2K, NBA 2K to be exact. And, recently, back on the 21st of January, they, announced some player ratings, some player ranking updates. So, who do you think is the highest rated person in 2K right now? LeBron James with a 97 overall. Up right after him in second place is Giannis with a 96. So that means LeBron is the only lone 97. Yes. And Giannis is the only 96. So he's in a class of his own, you can say. Which is, pretty understandable with what the kind of stuff they be making that man do in the game. So, it's...
Man, what's bizarre right now and what I'm looking at, bro, is like how I'm looking at on this article. It says LeBron James, like you said, number 1. Number 2, Kevin Durant with 96 as well. And then number 3 is Giannis, which is, and then Kawhi Leonard, number 4 with 96. And then they have James Harden, 95, Steph, 95, Anthony Davis, 94, Damian Lillard, 94, Jokic, 94, and Luka Doncic, 93. Is the top 10s.
Now, there's actually one player who made it from the 80s tier into the 90 tier with this recent update. And that is one Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal
with a plus 3, a +3 update to become a 91.
Mm.
That boy out there hooping. He trying to carry Washington, even though they got Russell Westbrook there. I'm sorry, Russell Westbrook there. You know, he's still trying to carry
he's
the
working on
load
his
how
jump
he's
shot.
supposed to.
He's working on his jump
It's
shot.
one thing when you're working on it and when you're getting better at it.
I mean, he could be Ben Simmons, but it's fine.
He definitely know Ben Simmons, but at least Ben Simmons' percentage done went up. You know?
Yeah, at least
I can
we
say that much.
that
At least his
Ben
percentage went up. So, so you know, at least that's
Ben
a
Simmons
positive.
beating Russell. Is that what you?
I mean, give it a year or so. Let Ben Simmons really get a good shooting coach.
Yeah.
Like let him get the person who helped, you know, who became a better 3-point shooter as they played in the league. Marc Gasol. Let whoever taught Marc Gasol how to shoot better teach that man how to shoot and get his form together.
Oh, he'd be in trouble, dude. I mean, there's a couple of when he done spark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know, you can't do that, you know, every time like, you know, some of these other players who more consistent from out there can.
Yeah.
I.e., you know, Steph Curry, the man with the unlimited range.
Man, my goodness. Don't we want to talk about that, man?
Curry slide.
We talked about that with
Curry
privacy.
slide.
What about that Curry slide? What about that Curry Curry slide?
Man said, please have more than 2 clips than just the Curry slide. Like you dancing behind the screen.
Dude, I mean, some of them are really cool, but most of them, like, if you've seen it once, you've seen it 100 times. Like, come on.
Like, I would rather see, remember that explosive behind the back from last year that everybody complained about and wanted taken out the game?
Yeah.
I would have rather seen that than, you know, the Curry slide. Because, you know, people actually really just sit there and spam this move for, you know, 10 to 15 seconds. And it's so annoying.
Yep.
It's mad annoying.
That's not fundamental basketball.
It's not at all. It's not fundamental. I mean, yeah, you playing at the park. Okay, yes, the park. That's one thing. You're supposed to be doing, you know, goofy, wacky stuff at the park like that.
Yeah.
That's one thing. When you come into Pro-Am or the rec center doing that mess, and you're not playing with a full team, you playing with a bunch of randoms, them randoms don't want to sit there and watch you do that all day long.
Mm-hmm.
They came to play the game just like how you playing the game. And let me guess, the people that's doing it, well, they can go to my career and if they want to play. No, my career is boring too. People want to have a challenge, but at the same time, y'all can't freeze people out to make, you know, to get y'all game better when y'all suck.
Like, y'all promoting yourselves, bro. It's just, you know, fuck everybody else.
I mean, really. I mean, it really is. Like, I don't know. It's like every single year, 2K is turning into more of a less of a team player game and some more.
Yeah, it's more selfish.
ISO game. Like, what can this person do? Can this person get an ankle breaker 3 times in a row, and then, you know, go ahead and shoot the ball and everything? You know,
It'd be so bad. It'd be so bad, dude. They have screenshots of those people like dropping 70, and will have like 70 some points, and it just be like, y'all really sat here. I'm not. Look, if a dude's hot, give him the ball. But like, every game, like, this one particular person just shines, and nobody else on that team like really gets the. I mean, they get their rebounds, assists, blocks, or whatever. But it's just like, you know, is that really called a team? Just because, you know, oh, y'all gonna do everything defensively, and y'all gonna do everything, you know, I'm gonna get the rebound. All right, this dude's gonna get the blocks or whatever. Bring it, you know, if he runs past me because I can't play really good defense, but I'm doing all the scoring, I'm just gonna be focusing on scoring while you get a lock, and the lock is just gonna take him. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah, it's just. I mean, if you got folks out there that want to stand in the corner and just do one thing during the whole entire game that they don't care about, but then you got them, you know, them folks that's out there trying to prove themselves.
Right.
and actually show that they belong. But y'all don't even give them the chance to show what they can do. But then when it's the fourth quarter and y'all losing, and you seeing that your little Curry slide strategy not working no more, then you start passing the ball around to folks, and you see that they shooting shots and hitting shots. But it's too late for that. You done took all the shine for the first 3 quarters. Now everybody else, they can't do nothing, and that's gonna make what you will end up standing in that locker room by yourself when the game over because everybody go leave.
I was about to say, like, imagine, right? Everybody imagine you dropping all these points and all these points, and the team is just, they dropping points just as much, and it's tied up, in the fourth quarter with a couple of seconds left, and you miss that one shot, and they go up, then the opponent team wins, and you sit there and you have to ponder, like, you have to take that on the chin, right? You can't blame that on no one else, right? He didn't set the screen right that you think he was supposed to set, right? Like, like y'all in a party, how did that situation go down? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody know that guy is gonna be mad or whatever. So then everybody gets, put on blast. You ain't do what you're supposed to. You yada yada yada. And it's just like, y'all sit here and play with this man that does all this. It gets mad when he loses or it's his fault, but he don't want to put on his, put on his shoulders that he lost the bag. That is just simply bizarre to me.
You gonna have folks like that out there who think that, folks out there think that they shit don't stink. And they just, the best 2K player that there is, but they hiding behind screens and they using, a Zen master. Or,
they brought that back.
I'm gonna bring it up because we talking 2K in depth now. So now it's coming back up because now I done figured this out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only that you use the Zen Master to, have it write a script or a code to be able to hit a shot. Oh, no, my good sir. People are using Zen Masters to write scripts to do quick stops.
Oh,
when they're not even quick stops is when you bring the ball up court, at fast break pace, and how you can just stop on a
dime. Yep. Just for the people out there that didn't know that.
Right. You can have no badges, no handles for days, no stop and go. That's the badge that's supposed to help you get the quick stops anyway. It's the stop and go badge.
Right.
So if you don't got that, but you got a script, programmed to your Zen Master that'll make you get that quick stop real quick, especially like, let's say if you're a slasher, but you can shoot the ball. If people think that you just a slasher and they think you just going to keep taking off to the rim, you go do that every time and just stop on a dime while they still running, and you just go ahead and pull up and shoot.
Yep.
And it's going to be green every time.
Instant green. Oh, man, 2K. Gosh darn. Talking about that, Tone, what is your best 2K ever for the current gen?
I would have to say probably 2K. Now, let me put this disclaimer out here first. I didn't really play online, like competitively or at a high level until like, the start of like the end or like the end of 2K17. So with my experience, since then, I would have to say when it comes to playing, like online play, in my experience, I like 2K19.
No, 2K19 was a good one. I do like that one. That was a really good one.
2K19 wasn't, all that bad.
Yeah. I can't even give you I could give you one. But when we talked about this before, I was like, I was toxic, cat. 2015 with Kevin Durant on it. I think that was the one with Kevin Durant on it. I think it was 2K15. But 2K15, when when the mascots were like a huge thing, to get to the last of the, like when you get Legend 3, you can become a mascot. I remember I gotten that like 6 months before the game was about to end. And I remember I was like one of the ones that had it. And I was like, man, and I built this team. I didn't build a team. They found me playing point guard AOG. That brings so much memories. Well, they probably don't unless they hear this podcast, they probably just like let that be a dead dream.
You're like,
But,
that's Toxic Cash talking about us. Oh, we famous. Oh, Toxic Cash, we miss you.
Dude, I was so toxic. But yeah, that one right there was my favorite. Never just to go out there and bully people where those are the ones that I believe you could get your badges by playing my career and just doing those specific things like stealing the ball. You get pickpocket unlocked. You get posterizer unlocked if you keep dunking on people. But then it was like the inside outside, or you could be in the middle. So I mean, I really thought that was a really unique one, and that was like one that was kind of balanced. But then at the end, it had demigods, and it was like, oh.
Oh, the demigods. Now, see, I'm glad I didn't experience the demigods like that.
Yeah.
Because, I've seen videos and I've heard the stories about the 2K15 demigods that used to be at the park. And, 7'3" players shooting threes,
coming out there
over,
coming out for Rivet City,
playing like Stretch from NBA Street, like
having fun. They was 7'3", just bringing the ball up, this nonchalant, running hard as they can,
just doing everything,
doing the most.
It was wild. So the fact that they tried to make the game more balanced is a good thing, but sometimes too much of a good thing is bad.
Pretty much.
For example, when remember the grand badge. The grand badge was like, you had to work to get that grand badge. It wasn't just something that, you could, spam one move over and over and over and over and over again until you finally got, a Hall of Fame badge or something like that for it. No, when you got that grand badge, you had to play a certain way. You had to do, all that to be able to make that grand badge activate. Now, if you was a shooter that had that grand badge, you was literally just walking the ball court to half court
and pulling.
When you crash half court, you just pulling off rip, and it was going in every time.
Yeah.
Now that was OP, but at the same time, everybody didn't have that. So only the real people that played the game and knew how to do everything would be able to get that type of badge.
Right.
Now, fast forward a little bit. Remember when they first had double takeovers? I believe that was what, 2K19?
Yeah, that's when the first ones were.
When they had the first double takeovers. Boy, oh boy.
That shot creating sharpshooter I had.
That shot creating stretch. Power forward got shot creating and sharpshooting. Didn't have really no defensive stats, but if you just made him big enough, he could play defense. But then at the same time, he's shooting over everybody's head.
Dude, I had Kevin
post fading like crazy. Like it was just like it was a post scoring shot creator. That's what it was, because it was post scoring and it was the shot creating attributes that you would put together to make that. That build was a monster. I hated going against that build.
When I tell you he can shoot from anywhere, like there was times where we was just testing it. I mean, like I'm going off of curls and like getting put in where the hash is and a little bit further beyond, and I'll just pull it and just see if it would work. Me and OG Rig, we did what was the slogan? I'm botching it. It was a pull up on site. That's what it was. Pull up on site. Yeah, we did that thing, and we were just pulling up from hash just to see if it would go in. But enough about me being toxic. Anyway, back to you, Tom.
I know you good. I was actually gonna say,
what was the most cheesiest build that you ever made on 2K? It could be, it don't have to be 2K21. It could be any of the 2Ks that you played, online.
2K20, where I made that power forward again, that was just a pure playmaker. I really try to get that Luca feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
At the power forward. He was what, 6'9"?
Was he six? I thought he was 6'8".
He was one of them 6'8",
No, 6'9". I think 6'9".
Yeah, 6'9", and like, I mean, that man was able to move and had unpluckable. Dude was just sitting up there. They was trying to reach on him, dude. I got so many fouls because I would just control the rock, and I had pretty nice handles. I wasn't nowhere near like these tryhards today, but definitely I did have handles, and the power forward either couldn't handle it or they'll get somebody else that was probably smaller that could guard it. But other than that, I was still shooting over them. It was just more easy buckets than anything. So, I would have to give it to that build. But other than that, the shot creating shark. That was like the bee's knees. Like nobody could tell me nothing with that build. Even was in attorneys.
No, mine was last year as well. And I'm upset that I couldn't make it this year because I found out about the build so late in the game last year. And I fell in love with it, like, instantly. But I know you remember that that 2-way 3-level score I made.
Yeah, now that was a thing. That was a freak of nature.
7-2, 7-2, but he was out there green and post
like nonstop,
just pulling up
so
from
annoying.
The hash, like
oh my
nothing.
Goodness. No, how dare I? I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry. I didn't lie. Those are the ones I did like the most. But the two-way slashing playmaker.
Yeah,
that one
that
was
build was
that
that
at
build
that
was
time.
straight Wisconsin cheese.
And everybody knows at that time. And no, I wasn't on that bandwagon. I actually created it first. Like before that thing was even popular. I made that two-way slasher playmaker first. I don't care what nobody said. If you was on the same, no, I wasn't. I made that before I made any other build. So take that, America, 2K community, take it. But anyway,
take it in the face.
But that build right there was the pinnacle of doing everything: shooting threes, to get in the paint, getting involved, even getting into some rebounds or two. So like it was really effective. Playing defense, dude. I couldn't snatch block, but it was getting thrown.
Now see me, I love a good snatch block. That's why I made that. That's why I made my paint beats again this year.
Yeah, that he was grabbing a lot. I think. What is your record for the most snatch blocks? Your most snatch blocks. I think it was
5 in a game in the rec. I think, or 4. I think 4. Yeah, 4.
Not even gassing 4.
Yeah, I was on something that game. I don't know what it was. I think everybody was just trying me that game for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because my player was 6'10". So they probably think, oh, he is short paint beast. He ain't gonna be able to guard us. I'm gonna dunk all on his head. Yeah, that's what y'all thought.
I'm actually curious to know what you guys builds were that you think were your best builds. I'd actually would like to know. And I know Tone would like to know as well, like what was y'all guys' favorite builds?
Yeah, so I can make them for next year. When I get my next gen console, so I can go ahead and make it.
Wink, wink.
So go ahead and drop that in the comment section one time. What was your favorite cheesy build that you played with?
That you played with, not nobody else. You played with.
Not no YouTube video that you saw. Not somebody that you played against and said, "Oh, you're so cold." No, I want to know the build that you made with your own brain, not your eyes, that you saw from a YouTube video on how to make a slasher or a 2-way slasher playmaker or a stretch 4 or a 3-level score. No. Tell me about the live threat that you made, the 2-way tempo pusher that you made, Tell me about the builds that people don't hear about that much. The facilitating finishers. That build is such an OP sleeper build. It's ridiculous. You get that build up to like a 97. It's ridiculous.
Dude, that freaking what is that one from 2K20? The floor spacing slasher?
Oh, the chalk build, the force placing slasher, yeah.
Yeah, like that thing was a thing of beauty. Talk about cheese. Are we good on the 2K, man? I think we done talked enough about, the cheese ratings, toxic cash. I think we kind of over that stage. You know, I mean, I'll try to be humble.
I missed a shot. I'm done.
That was so mean, dude. I swear, 2K15. I used to pull up straight from the midcourt, bro. And if it wasn't green, I would leave. Yo, whole team and everything. Whole team. And it ain't green, dude. Because but they know, like, I don't usually miss when I was toxic cash. If I miss, dude, I was getting so pissed. What 2K playing me?
Over there breathing all hard, hyperventilating in the paper bag, turning red. All because 2K made you miss a shot and you were shooting 11 for 12 sometimes.
Yeah, dude, I'm 10 for 10. Maybe like third quarter in, bro. Like at the end of the third quarter, try to hit a buzzer beater. I don't want to play, dude. Come back on.
Bro, I'm glad you ain't like that no more.
Oh, bro. I calmed down a lot. Definitely calmed down a lot.
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely a good thing. You don't want to be, too toxic. And you know what? We gonna go ahead and use that to segue into our usual topic of the week. We got y'all with some gaming advice. Or, it don't actually necessarily have to be about gaming. It can just be just advice in general. We just want to give y'all some good words to live by. So, Cash.
Yes, sir.
What advice do you have for the people this week?
Everybody stay on your toes. Just, treat every day like it's your last. Go out there when you play video games or you're not playing video games and you're going out there with your friends, make sure it's less than 10. Just have fun and enjoy the moment while you have the opportunity to do so. So, that is my gaming advice and real life advice. Just enjoy yourself.
All right.
You, Tom, what is your gaming advice?
This goes into both, personal and, into gaming. But, if you, hit a little rough patch with your gaming buddies or, things just don't seem to be working out, it's always good to, it's always good to talk. It don't always have to be about the game either.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel like, you wrong somebody in some way and you haven't talked to these folks and, it could be days, months, years, whatever it may be, even if you, not sure if things will ever get back on that same track that it was on before, just make the amends anyway. Just, reach out, try to make things right, even if they don't accept it, in your heart that, you done all you could. Well, if you made a mistake or not, try to make amends because you don't want to keep walking around, forever, possibly thinking, maybe if I did say this to this person, what would have happened? Don't never leave yourself in the dark about anything. If you need to have closure on something, well, if it's, moving on to a different team for, a video game or moving on to a different organization, whatever it may be, make those amends try not to leave that bridge,
Mhm.
destroyed, or try not to burn that bridge completely, because everything ain't gonna always work out the way that you want it to,
Right.
but it don't necessarily mean that it has to be in shambles.
I like that advice. That's a really good advice. Really warm felt, and I liked it.
Yeah, it's
To do poetry.
yeah, I'm gonna do some slam poetry on Def Comedy Jam if they ever bring it back. But I could do it. I feel like I could be able to do something up there.
You think you do some comedy sketches?
I think I probably could. I took a couple of acting classes in high school.
Ooh,
Little,
okay. Tone the
little,
acting man.
little theatrics. Nothing too
Okay.
major. But
Word, word.
I
Hey, we
like to
gonna
bring my comedy from real life experiences, kind of like Dave Chappelle, but with a little weird twist to him. So shout out to Dave Chappelle for being the inspiration to me.
Dave Chappelle, he built different.
He definitely built different. You see how swole that man is now? That man went to Africa looking like a string bean, coming back looking like Ryback, the black version. Like, what is you doing?
Me more. Dun, 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 dun. All right, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah, let's go ahead and send the folks home. We've been chatting their ear, and of course, that 2K talk, it hurt me a lot, but no, I'm just joking. 2K is cool. It's just it just depends on who you play with in 2K
It's
to make it
toxic. The community
you really need to play with folks that
exactly
that unless you're trying to go out there and play with people you ain't ever played with before to learn some stuff, that's one thing. But if you're just trying to play to have fun, make sure you're playing with your friends, or you just playing My Career for fun, something.
I don't know how long that's gonna be. I mean, my career is always so fun.
Yeah. Especially, for current gen. I'm not sure how it is for next gen just yet, but
can't wait,
I'm waiting on it. Y'all will get my reviews for that. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. So we hope you all enjoyed y'all time here with us today. Hopefully y'all got fed a lot of good information. We try to cover, a variety of games here. We try not to just, be one dimensional.
Try not to be. 2K always gonna be in the subject, so take that.
2K is the universal branch to all things gaming when it comes with us, because when we get mad at 2K, that's when we start playing other games. So,
So it be them hackers, man.
Man, it be somebody. I'm telling you that much. Somebody be doing it, but
it's the Zens.
It's definitely the Zen Masters. But let's go ahead and, let's go get back to this wrap up, because we're getting off track again talking about 2K. We can sit here and bash 2K all day long, but we know that ain't gonna fix nothing. At least not yet. Trying to get some of that pool, some of that pool power with 2K. Maybe I can start pitching y'all some ideas. Listen to me. But we'll get there eventually.
We'll get there.
And of course, y'all have been listening to Tone and Cash Gaming Pad Podcast.
Hey.
Brought to you by 613 Faye Productions.
613.
Y'all can find them on all social media platforms. 613 Faye on Twitter. 613 Faye DMV on Instagram. And 613 Faye Productions on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Please, we need those likes.
That not only helps us
and the subscribes. We need all
but that helps, our other podcasts that we have on the network as well. Of course, if you don't know about them by now, we got a good group of guys over at our wrestling podcast in the Four Corners of Wrestling. Got your old school, your new school, your AEW, your TNA. You got all that stuff.
All of it. If you need anything dealing with wrestling, please go into that podcast, please.
And they like to get it. They like to get into these huge discussions, and they really be something. So make sure y'all get in there and check them out. And if y'all need a good laugh in the morning to get your day started, Fridays, 8 a.m. You got the Facts Podcast. Nice group of young ladies. They just real. They funny. And I'll tell you this right now. Very intellectual.
Very.
So it's not just a lot of nonsense when it comes to them. You know, they know what they're talking about. It's called the Facts Podcast for a reason.
For a reason.
So, you know, once again, shout out to them to, you know, getting 100 views on their first, you know, podcast debut.
Yeah, man, they was pushing.
Special.
They were pushing.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I give it credit where credit is due.
Got to. And of course, Cash, you want to go ahead and throw your socials out there, my friend?
You can find me on Twitter, Cash Empire. You know what I mean? Just with one eye, by the way. You know, just want to, you know, cover that up. Instagram, you can find me on there. DeMarco Cash, DeMarco_Cash. Facebook, Shawn King. I think that's about it on socials. Toad.
Well, y'all should know by now. Y'all can find me on Twitter at Tone Corleone 450.
We know about that.
Y'all can also find me on Facebook.
Ooh, Facebook.
At Anthony Oliver. Shut up, Cash. I knew you about to start again. That's his real name. But you know, and of course, you know, we do have a special month coming up here at Tone and Cash Gaming Pad.
Very special month.
We are going to be honoring the Black female gamers in the community. So February,
beautiful Black women out there.
You know, Black Female Gamers Month. We got some interesting guests lined up for y'all. So hopefully
you gonna tell them now, or are we gonna leave it a surprise?
We're gonna leave it a little. You gotta leave a little bit of suspense, you know.
Leave the cliffhangers. Okay, I like it to leave a little cliffhangers. I like it.
Oh yeah, you know you got to. We like a good episode of The Sopranos. You know, right when something good about to happen, everything just cut to black. Then the credits start rolling, but it leaves you wondering and it leave you guessing. And you come back. So you know, hey.
Or like Dragon Ball Z, you know what I mean, where Goku's trying to give me your energy. Will they get their energy before we start hearing this?
It take 2 episodes of him getting everybody energy. Find out in 16 episodes on Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's the whole season. It take a whole season for this man to get a spirit bomb. What is going on?
Anyway, that's neither here or there. Either here or there. I'm sorry for using that as
man, look, it's all good, man. It's all good. You know, we an audio podcast, so you know, these, you know, descriptive visuals are, you know, it's good for people to listen to.
Very descriptive.
You know, yeah, just like, you know, the Average Chaps. Like that last episode, but you know.
That's neither here or there. You know what? We're gonna wrap it up here, guys. It was nice. Thanks for stopping by the Tone and Cash Gaming Pad podcast. We appreciate you. We love you. That's a wrap, right?
That's a wrap, my good friend.
It's a wrap. Peace, guys.